So, Divine Feminine, I just wanted to do a message on what your Divine Masculine is feeling towards you at this moment and how they're feeling in their life too. So, I'll pull some cards and then hear how it applies to you and if it applies to their life as well. And the cards that I'm going to be using is the Soul's Journey. I love these cards. They're like emotion cards and they give you indication on exactly how they're feeling at the moment. So I shuffled, and all these cards flew out, and three flew out, and then I shuffled a few more, and another three I put underneath. So the first card that flew out was love, and this is such a transition from what I was feeling in my last readings, the last couple of weeks, and what's going on right now is love. When I did the last reading, I forgot what cards came out, but it was completely different. So you have these reds, these heart chakras, purples, beautiful. And the love card says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So Divine Masculine is coming out of a painful situation where he had a different perspective, and he's changing his perspective, and he's starting to feel love and seeing the good things in life, and also feeling love towards you, seeing the good in the situation that you guys had, the time that you had together. They're seeing the good, but for a long time they were probably blaming and seeing the negativity and seeing it fall apart instead of seeing the good in the relationship and why things happened the way they did. So I think that they're starting to take accountability, and they're starting to feel love towards you, and they're starting to feel love in their life. They're starting to see that they are the creator of the reality, and they can choose who they want to love, where they want to go that makes them feel loved, what environments they want to be in that make them feel loved, what places do they feel excitement and joy and love in. So they're starting to realize that they're committed to the practice, because I think that they still have a mindset where they can go into the negativity when things get too stressful and overwhelming, but they're choosing to be self-aware and change their mindset to see the love in everything. And then the next card that came out, sorry, I need to burp again. I feel like during these Divine Masculine readings, I constantly need to burp. So the next card to come out is growth. And what it says is, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So these two coincide with each other, right? They're starting to choose the practice of seeing love in seeing the good in all things, right? So even situations that were painful and damaging, they're starting to see the good in it. Like, what lessons did they learn from those situations? What good was in that situation? Why did that happen? So they're starting to practice that, like choosing to change their mindset. And then this is what's causing their growth. They're working on expanding their consciousness and awareness. So they're working on gaining that self-awareness in all situations. And it's getting to a point where it's starting to come natural to them, because they're choosing to see the self-awareness in everything. They're choosing to see the light in everything. So yeah, they're growing from seeing, like, approaching things from seeing love in all things, right? And growth. So they're like, when they're seeing the love in all things, they're probably practicing gratitude right now, saying the things that they're grateful for from the simplest things. And this is what's causing them to grow. Like, they're starting to feel some growth along their journey. They're starting to feel like they're growing as a person internally, and they're starting to feel happy about who they're becoming. And then the third card is humor. I like this card. That makes me feel like they're lighthearted, because they're approaching things from love, and they're growing as a person, and they're getting back to their childlike nature. It says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of love. So the first three cards are all about committing to the practice, because it's a practice to see love in all things and to change the negative mindset and all the program that's been conditioned us from society and childhood. And they're choosing to grow from that, right? And how they're growing as well is by seeing the humor in things, like choosing to focus on the lighter things in life, choosing not to focus on the stress and the things that make them feel heavy, and the things that make them feel burdened, or the people that make them feel burdened, or the places that make them feel burdened. They're choosing to approach things from humor, seeing the lighter side of things, focusing on things that bring them lighter. So it's just like they feel that also you have grown, and that they see the transformation in you, and that's been because you guys are tied through a red thread. That's what's transforming them and making them grow. So they see the growth, and that how much growth you guys can have in your relationship, and they're committed to seeing the love between you. And if you guys are in separation right now, when they do come in, they're going to come in from love and a lighter side, humor, flirty, approaching things from a place where you're getting to know each other, right? Not taking everything so seriously, just being lighthearted with each other. And that's probably how your relationship started, where you guys were just playful and lighthearted and joking around, and then circumstances made it feel heavy. So they want to approach things from like a humorous side and a light side in nature with you. And that's how they're choosing to see life, right? And they're remembering the humor within your relationship. They're remembering the playfulness between the two of you. And they see you as this like lighthearted, playful person. So underneath love, though, was grief. So I understand that losing something is the opportunity to appreciate it. So love and grief, right? They're practicing love, but they feel like because of your separation and everything, they lost you. They lost out on that opportunity of being with you and being near you and building together, having that growth alongside of each other. So, but by losing you, they're seeing that, hold on. So yeah, by losing you, they're starting to appreciate you, appreciate the value that you've added to their life, the playfulness, the humor that you added to their life, the unconditional love that you gave them through their entire situation, whatever they were going through, and just on a general basis, you just love them for who they are. And also, they see the growth that you are doing, the growth that you're doing without anybody by your side, the independent journey that you're on and that you've been on for however long that you've been on this journey, 6 months, a year, longer. Like, they see the growth in you, and that's what's making them feel this grief, like they lost out on someone so special, so rare, so giving towards them, playful, loving, growing. Like, you had the whole package, and that's what's making them appreciate you. Like, oh, like I lost this person and I didn't appreciate them when I had it. So they're feeling grief over losing you. And that could be one of the reasons why they're scared to come back in, because of this grief of losing you. Is like, how do I come back in when I didn't appreciate her when I had her? I didn't see the value of her and how much she was worth on a spiritual level, on an internal level, how much love she had to offer. So under growth, it says relationships. So that means that their relationships in their life are growing. And then it also says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So like I said, they're seeing the growth in you, how much growing that you did and how much growth you could offer them too, that your relationship wouldn't be just boring and stagnant. You guys would be continuing growing towards more and more spiritual abundance, material abundance, everything, just attracting in abundance into your life, because you guys would be a service to this world. So that's why they're saying that they only want relationships with people that are their highest good. Family relationships, friendships, relationships, and that's why it's under you. It's how they feel towards you, that you are serving their highest good. You are the reason for their spiritual awakening. They've probably been watching you and seeing you grow. I said they have been watching you and seeing you grow, and they see that you're the person that's for their highest good because of all these things that you gave them. You gave them love. You're growing. You have this humorous side to you. You have a serious side, but you also have this humorous, playful, childlike nature towards you, which brings that out of them, you know? And then, so they want to have this relationship with you. They want to keep growing with you, and they're attracted to you because you serve their highest good, and they see it now, and they have grief over the fact that they didn't see it then, that they didn't appreciate you, and they didn't see that you were sent by the universe for their highest good. And then doubt. So what I said, the teeter-tottering, right? And this is under humor, right? So they still doubt in terms of like, doubt could be them being like leaning into their humorous side, and then seeing the lighter things and how this could be and all these things, having optimism, but then also doubting, like, is this real? Could this be real? Can we mend what we had? All the damage that's already been done. And it says, I release the need to know all the answers. So they're starting to release this. They were probably going through this for a long time, and that's why it's under humor. They're choosing to see the lighter side of things and your lighter side, because they're releasing the need to know all the answers. When is this going to come in? When should I make my move? How should I make my move? What is the outcome of this situation? If I make my move, how is it going to look? How are we going to amend it? How are things going to come into fruition? They're releasing the need to know all the answers, and they're going to be choosing to just act, right? Like, instead of needing to strategize and figure out how everything is going to work out, they're going to make a move to be like, I'm releasing doubt and just going with the flow of things. So everything on these cards is amazing because they're stopping also to doubt this relationship, doubt that this relationship is for their highest good, right? So they're trying to doubt that this relationship is for their highest good. Probably they classified you as a karmic because of the way that the relationship unfolded. But now they're saying like, no, this relationship is for my highest good. There was just trauma on both ends that both of you guys need to heal first before you guys could align. It was all divine timing. Divine is the reason why you guys need to separate. So yeah, they're seeing that this relationship was divinely orchestrated and for their highest good. The universe sent them someone who made them feel loved because they probably didn't feel loved in the relationship. They probably felt used and undervalued and unappreciated. So when you came in and you were giving them that love, they're like, no way is this real. So yeah, they didn't realize that this relationship was for their highest good and that you love them. But they're starting to stop doubting that love that you have for them and that they have for you. They're not trying to repress it and avoid it and pretend that it's not there and they'll get over it. And they're starting to realize like this person does, that you really do love them and you do really care about them. However, there's going to be things that need to change on both parts, right? Your form of communication. You need to like talk through and understand the pain and why people made the decisions that they did on both parts. So it's like there's a lot of things that need to be discussed and honesty that needs to be shared, but it's also like, so it's like they're no longer doubting the love that exists between you guys, how much love there is. And like I said, like there's needs to be honesty and clarity. That's the only way to move forward. That's the only way for growth to happen within this relationship. But they're stopping to doubt the love that you have for them. They're starting to doubt themselves. They're stopping to doubt themselves, doubt that they're overcoming their insecurities because they're not doubting themselves anymore. They're gaining that self-worth through their growth. That's what they're gaining, this self-worth and feeling like they are at your level, that you're not above them and they're not above you. You guys are equals and your love is equal towards each other. And they're starting to doubt because they're approaching things from a lighter perspective, right? And they're starting to doubt your humor and the playfulness that you had together. And they're starting to doubt that it can't be mended because of this grief that has happened, right? They're starting to doubt that